Alright, hopefully our stuff is working again. It's been a long time. So we will see, but we are going to try to get going again. I think we're gonna kind of focus on some things that we've been working on, and obviously why we decided to come back and do some tarot. I don't know that today's gonna be a long show, but I think it'll be a fun one, as we tend to do. Some charcoal. Mama petite. Yeah, and I know it's going to be early for a lot of people too, so that might be a problem. This is definitely earlier than we've done in the past, but hopefully we get going here. We're starting technically at 10 o'clock, but I like to go live early. It's one of my things. And then the video will hit at 10. I think everything is still working. We'll have to clean up a little bit more.
Oh, where at? What you need? On here or?
No, not now.
Oh, okay.
No, we're done.
So what you need? What you got? Let me see.
I don't know why it's got us faded. We're faded out pretty hardcore, which is also interesting. So, main focus today, again, if anybody's joining or watching this later, is testing. We are going to have a conversation today, but we're testing to make sure everything still works. We've made a couple of setting changes, clarified some things, and done all that. So, good morning, Dragon Alchemist. How are you? We couldn't take it. We couldn't take it. The once a month Discord thing was not fun. Not meeting our needs. I guess it wasn't. It was fun. It is fun. We will still be doing that, actually. But we just miss doing this. So, we had to bring it back. Yeah. We have not been sleeping. Like, we've been going to bed at like 2 and 3 in the morning the last couple of days, and that's been kind of hitting us hard. Or at least me. We're good. We're good. We've been doing a lot of stuff. I've got a lot of work stuff going on as always, but more so than normal this time around. But yeah, we're working on a lot of things. We've decided on a couple things. Another one is, we want to start putting out more of our videos and doing more of those things. We want to put more content out, just to kind of almost like the way I'm looking at our content is more of like documenting the things that we're doing and learning. So that's been pretty neat. And I'm excited about that. But it is also stressful because, the lives are so much easier and take so much less work. So we're not sure how we're going to work it out, but we're going to keep this up. I don't know if we're going to do weekly, bi-weekly. But we are doing it a little different this time too, which we'll talk about. Oh God, 12 hours. I do not miss those days. At 12 Friday and 10 yesterday. Yeah, I bet that's a long day. Now, is this at the store or is this something different? We haven't been talking like we should. Boop, Mystic Manny. Oh my God, I know it's early for you, sir. Thank you for hopping in. That makes me happy. You know, we're kind of washed out too, which I don't really know why. So when the video is not up yet, but when it does come up, I've been trying to fix it here in the background. It's not cooperating with us. I was trying to get it like a little bit brighter, but it's just making it kind of caricature-y. So we'll see. We got internet changed. We have new router. We got new systems, and I'm so excited for that to finally be working. Hopefully going to see Joy later today. Yeah, just so much going on. There is so much going on for everybody. It's been, I know in my tarot readings lately, especially the ones I've been doing kind of general, have been really psychotic, maybe to say the least. They're very much about transparency and movement and self-reflection, but in a different way. So that's been kind of cool. You know, like I said, that's been changing a lot lately. So I'm moving around my Reiki set here because I've got a new not new. I've had this stone for a long time, but I've been really like drawn to it. I've had to carry it with me lately, which is picture jasper. So, and picture jasper to me is a lot about connecting to the old times, the ancient world, and I feel like that's been kind of the thing. Weird split reality readings. I'm not sure I exactly know what you mean, but I will say that my readings have been, every single one of them has been polarized, meaning my first card is like love and light, my second card is hate and fuel, my third card is go out in nature, the fourth card is detach. Like everything has been one or the other. There's been no in the middles, which has been very interesting too. But I've definitely had to rein in some things. So yeah, there's been no middle ground. Yeah, for sure. Everything is literally it's like the all or nothing idea. I think my best interpretation is like the chaos is pushing hard like into to bringing all that stuff to the front in a good way. It's for me, but it's been hard. Like it's been reads have been I don't want to say stressful, but they've been really like I've had to pause a lot more and think them through before I can really make sense of it, which has been, like I said, very interesting. I don't know what Rook is doing.
I'm coming this morning.
Oh, that was more information than we probably wanted to know. So, in that respect, yes, we have had a lot of just, to me, split. The things have been psycho back and forth. Polarity has definitely been a hot topic. Even last night in the Apocrypha podcast that came up about, well, the focus was originally on ritual, but it was ended up being more of, for me, it's some hermetic principle of, you know, the same in nature, differing in degree, as above, so below, focuses, which is always a good topic because I think we can confuse, or at least I can anyway, with above, as above, so below. This is hot. Be careful.
Oh, thank you.
Because when we think about as above, so below, everybody's like, oh yeah, things that are in the spiritual realm are the same in the mundane. It's like that's not what that means. It means it's the more mirroring image. You know what else I forgot? I forgot the circle cast. I don't know where it is. I don't know if you happen to know where a copy might be.
Is it a new one or the old one? So I don't think I printed it. That was cool.
Oh, look at this.
Got it?
I don't know if this is a new one or an old. Oh, that's making me log in.
Work the one I wrote up a really neat one, and it was for it was to help me with focus and stuff, but I don't remember where I put it. I think probably on my phone with the 300 other million notes that I put on, thinking I'll read it, and I don't. So let me see.
That is funny. My petite's falling. Do you mind?
Come here, Ma. Come here. You want to come to me?
Sorry for the camera there.
Do you want to come to me, sweetie?
Oh, the dogs. They do not like not being... Whoop.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Made Finn run.
And it's weird because when, like everything else, I never have ideas for ritual or circle or anything unless where I can't write it down. I was on the motorcycle, of course, when this came to me.
Yeah, when we do that, that's one of the reasons. So there's a couple of tools I want to do. I'd like to be able to record our rides because that stuff happens, but I also want to get this plod thing.
Where the hell is it? I know I wrote it down.
All right, I have the... What did you write down?
When I stopped, when we were on the Rikers that day, and that circle casting came to me, I said, wait, we can't go in. So I wrote it down.
Well, I did find it, so I have it up on the screen.
Okay, but that bugs me. I want to find mine.
Yeah.
It wasn't AI. What was it? Notes. Maybe it's this one.
Well, I'm not sure.
Gosh, it was a really good one. This is my life. It wasn't back in 2024 neither. That's so crazy, man.
We absolutely can talk about that, Manny, but I'm going to need you, if you're on, to bring up more of that, because I don't think the idea of ascension with the love of light thing, I have feelings on it, but it's not been a huge topic for me. So yeah, if you're, I'm definitely up for that.
It's freaking nuts.
Well, let's call what we have, and then you can find it.
I know, I want to find it. That's... I remember that I did it. Let's see.
Do you remember the time? Apparently not.
This is craziness.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and call corners. If you want to join in, please do. If you don't, that's perfectly fine. You can substitute with whatever you want, or just, go make a cup of coffee or something. It isn't for everybody. You want to start?
Alrighty, sure. Hear me, friends and ancestors from the East. Hear my voice carried on the air of clarity and truth. Watch over us as we cast our circle of safety and love.
See me, friends and ancestors from the South. See my flame of passion and creation seared into the energy of the universe. Watch over us as we cast our circle of limitless possibility.
Feel me, friends and ancestors from the West. Feel my love, fear, sadness, and joy washed into the waters of the rivers of compassion. Watch over us as we cast our circle of connection and motion.
Reach me, friends and ancestors from the North. Reach my feet and hands, the earth in my toes and work of my fingers. Watch over us as we cast our circle of grounding and protection.
Know me, friends and ancestors from the ether. Know my intent, know my heart, and know my spirit. Watch over us as we ask you all to join us in perfect love and perfect trust.
Hear, see, feel, reach, and know that the circle is safe, the circle is sacred, and the circle is cast. All right. We're back.
We couldn't take it. Just tell them.
Kind of, a little bit. We couldn't take it. And please... we have changed some settings, so if the music is too loud, please let us know. If it's right and you like it, let us know. If you don't hear it at all, let us know. And if we're too loud or if we're frazzing the mic or anything like that. Like I said, we've moved things around. We've changed some things. I'm not loving the color palette we've picked here because I don't know. I'm just not loving it. It's a little weird, but yeah. So for some reason we're washed out today in here, and I had to cover that because of this camera, which I'll explain in a little bit.
Oh, the light. Yeah, it seems, even though you blocked it, it's like showing in there.
Yeah, it's still really bright.
Huh.
I am gonna have to turn the music down though because it's loud for us. And it keeps making me pause. I don't want to turn it off though. I just want to turn it down. It is the SoFi Synthwave Colossal Royalty-Free Music White Bat Audio by Karl Casey. If you need free streaming music or free YouTube music, he's phenomenal. And I'm assuming it's a he. If not, I apologize. But it's phenomenal music. There's lots of mostly synthwave type stuff. If you like that kind of thing, I do, which is cool to me. So, yeah, we couldn't take it. That's what the topic is for right now. We couldn't take it.
Yeah, I know. I kept thinking you must have too, like separate from talking about. It's like, oh my god, I miss doing the circle.
Yeah, and the Discord thing, I still want to do, and we still probably will do Discord, that group each month because it's so focused on the moon and stuff, and it's the interactive thing. I still want to do that. But I don't want the stress around forcing it to have to be something. I think that was one of the things I didn't like. You know, Discord conversation should just be that. Let's get on and chat about stuff, and I felt like I was never ready for it.
Well, then it seems like people really don't like to get on there and talk
like
or show camera or so.
Which is also fine.
It's fine. Yeah,
Benzoin of Sumatra with myrrh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So White Bat Audio on YouTube, tons of different things. A lot of it, like I said, is synthwave. Some of it is like horror style stuff. It's really cool. And I donated a few times, so it's free. So I just throw a little in there if I can. And copyright free, which is awesome. So with that, we hope our internet will hold out because we've made a huge change in that.
It will.
I know we were having problems near the end, and we're still running off of a 2014 laptop.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm surprised it's still working because it's been up on top of this thing for now over a year and a half, and it does what we tell it to do. MSI for the win. So yeah, and we didn't really have a whole lot prepared today. That's the other thing. We didn't want to having like set up and prepared specific, but I think Rook and I have talked about it, and I think we do want this to be similar to what we did before. So for example, I think we're going to have some prepared stuff, but it will be like limited. It's not going to be like a bulleted script or anything, right? It's just, you know, what did we do? We talked about the moon, I think, before, which we'll still do.
Couple, if any magical things.
Yeah, some current events.
What we're reading or looking at, and I've got a couple of that today. One of them, Manny referred me to, and I think Dragon, both, but I remember Manny doing it first. Hey, Tina.
Well, we'll have to go for that soon.
Tina says hello, everybody.
Oh, calm down, VG. She must have already been in a dream because she just popped up like a banshee. Yeah, she's a girl. VG's mad at me because I brushed her really good yesterday. So
Tina,
she's not happy.
My Petite, Finn, Draco, and Iris are getting baths today, so they don't know it yet.
So we're trying to extra love before so they don't get too mad. Since I'm flying out to Austin this week, that's gonna be fun. So anyway, how are you guys doing?
And VG and I are going to Tallahassee for Lobby Wednesday.
Yeah. That's fun.
We're gonna have fun, huh, VG?
So what are you reading?
So, As referred to and recommended by Manny, I am reading Witchcraft Therapy, Your Guide to Banishing Bullshit and Invoking Your Inner Power. And I really like it. I needed stuff that was kind of to the point, and just a reminder that it's okay if you're busy. Get to the freaking point of things. Like she just says, this will tell you how the book goes. Let's face it, sometimes you need more than a crystal for the constant bullshit life throws at you. And then I found this. It's a very simple, short, to the point, brief book called Magic Not Mayhem, the ADHD Guide to Practicing Witchcraft. And like it might have a picture of a tarot card. It'll say yes, no, star sign, planet. Just very brief and to the point. It goes into talking about grounding, ritual, magical tools, but to a very brief version, which is great for me with ADHD. I've been having a hard time. So Magic Not Mayhem, ADHD Guide to Practicing Witchcraft, and Witchcraft Therapy. So
anything in witchcraft therapy that you've learned so far that you would be like, this is really cool?
I mean, it started where am I just started, and it's going over kind of the basics about grounding, and it's talking a little bit about crystals and stuff. But I like it because the whole presentation of it is just to the point. It's kind of like a modern, blunt, I don't know, like the words that are used, like bullshit and, and stuff like that. It's nice. So I'm just getting started, but it is
very cool.
I think it'll be very helpful. Thank you, Manny, for that recommendation.
I love it.
And Dragon. I think Dragon did as well. Yeah,
that's a good one. I'll have to read that at some point.
It's to banish the bullshit.
Cool.
So it's crazy, like how talk about it all the time, but we feel it more than we talk about it, how out of sync we can feel, or how out of sync the world is with what people think is important, and we feel disconnected, and it's nice to be able to reconnect with a blunt and modern twist on things. And if you have ADHD, it doesn't make you put a lot of time in, which as we know is really hard to do for some of us.
Yeah. Very cool.
Have you read anything? Are you starting to read anything different or studying? I know you've got a lot of work stuff you're reading.
Yeah, I've been reading reading a lot of regulations. There is a very good chance that I will be spending time in Milwaukee soon, and consistently, not often, but probably once, twice, maybe 3 times a year, I'll be in Milwaukee.
Is that where Anheuser-Busch is? Headquarters?
No, Anheuser-Busch headquarters is Virginia.
Oh, Virginia.
Williamsburg.
Isn't there's some beer there or no? I mean, like a main thing. I know they have a lot of beer, but
yeah. Milwaukee.
One of the big
Miller
ones.
probably. I don't know. I'm not a beer drinker much. But so yeah, I'm going to be in Milwaukee soon, and hopefully. But I've been reading a lot of work stuff. So I've been reading regulations for Wisconsin, and Texas and Illinois and a bunch of other states. So that's been a majority of my reading. Woohoo!
Visits.
Yes, we have to for sure.
Meet in the middle.
My first visit there is going to be a little hectic. Probably 12 to 16-hour days, so we'll have to figure something out. But then after that, it should be normal.
Do they have kava there in Wisconsin? Kratom kava?
I don't know. But
I'm addicted. I'm obsessed, not addicted.
I have a lot of buildings close to Chicago too, so I'm checking there too. They used to have kava in Chicago. Reading wise though, other than work reading, I'm reading Sapiens still, which I think I've mentioned a couple of times. And one of the cool things,
Washington.
Oh look, we're spreading. So
look, we're thinking about future events and possible places.
Oh yeah, Wisconsin and Washington are literally the top 2, especially within light of newer things and politics and stuff that have happened. Yeah. Both of those are high on the list, literally number 1 and number 2.
We know that we'll have to put aside money and prepare for it, so we're starting to do that.
Yeah.
We've opened up different savings accounts to put a little bit and get ready so that and say, "Hey, Tabby, good morning."
Good morning.
When the time that we want or need to make a change, Washington or Wisconsin will they're right up there.
Yeah. Very much so.
I think Washington's a little bit more expensive. I'm not sure, but we'll prepare and we'll be ready.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of things we're gonna have to repair in this house to get it ready to sell. So that, I mean, it's gonna have to be painted. We have doors that need replaced. We have windows that'll need replaced. So we're gonna have to save up some money and get a lot of things. Plus, it's expensive to move. We have a lot of stuff. So we're starting now, just getting prepared for that probably inevitable change.
So we're not in a bad situation and can't. We want to start now. 2 or 3 years probably it'll take.
At least.
If not 4, to see what's kind of going on with this administration, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're administering other than
So
chaos.
the other read for me was Sapiens. I'm still reading Sapiens. Again, it's a different book and it's not like spiritual based. It's more historical. But it just has some very provoking thoughts about human history, human culture, human evolution, human engagement, just human beings as a whole, both in very many different areas, so highly recommend if you like that kind of thing. But it has really given me some thought-provoking ideas. I've been posting a lot of it on the internet. It gives some very thought-provoking ideas that are non-political about trans and gay, LGBTQ, things like that. It's not a focus at all, but it talks about what is natural. What is, that's one of the biggest things. What is natural is whatever we make and want it to be. It's natural for human beings to act in a way that they're capable of acting. So, in that respect, conceptually, murder is natural, right? So it's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. It is very anthropological perspective. It's, there's definitely some bias by the writer. You can tell that, and I'm not sure who it is, a male, female, or well, I guess they. I'm not sure what their affiliation is, but you can hear some bias in some of it. So obviously, which I think nobody can really get out. But the way it's presented is just readable but intelligent, and it's really nice. I've been reading it really slowly, probably over the last 2 to 3 months, and I read a chapter and I have to stop to really consider, oh, holy crap, what is he saying? This is so neat. This is very thought provoking, and I haven't had a lot of books get me that excited about things. Not to put down any other books or things, but most of the books we read are 80% reiteration of things we've already talked about, right? Literally, it's grounding.
It smells good.
Grounding, and I think that's cherry blossom. Ma, well, stop arguing with Finn.
Ben just wants love. He just wants to see what's going on.
Sorry, we're rotating him all the way around because he's having a hard time with ma petite. See?
Who's the author?
It's Earl. I don't know how to say it. Yrral. I want to look it up real quick and post it.
Post it in the Discord. Post it in the chat. Post it in the Discord. Post it in the chat.
Yuval Noah Harari. There's 2 books. The first one is Sapiens: A Brief History of Humankind, and the second one, which I plan to read, is called Homo Deus. So, you see, Bubby, you don't. I don't like holding you up here because you don't like the smoke. You're very sensitive.
Oh, Bubby.
He's very sensitive to smells and smoke. We had our microwave basically catch fire the other day, and it was shooting out black smoke that I can still smell in some parts of the house.
Oh yeah, that was scary. Thank God you were here.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's a very good book, and like I said, it's a longer read. It's not spiritually focused. It's definitely more historical and anthropological, I would say. Great read though. That's the main thing. we've been doing is reading Kava, of course, and playing video games. We've been playing a ton of video games.
Yes, and I'm just curious because I'm looking at different work opportunities. And have you looked at Minnesota? You know, Minnesota has voted Democratic for president since 1976. So I wonder how their policies are. That's where one is headquartered. That's what I'm asking.
I mean, it's not on the table. We just need to look at for me, the gun part.
Yeah. So they, hey, Unexplained,
Hey.
good morning.
Welcome in.
Welcome.
We
and
couldn't take the no
cheers.
show. We had to start it back up. So we're like, ugh.
I want to learn more about Minnesota. Huh.
Sure.
So they're, I think they'll be very great on social issues for us. I have to look more into it, but the firearm thing, I'm not sure. I have to know.
Yeah, there's 3 things that I need now: socially progressive, liberal, gun rights at least able to be maintained,
Mm-hmm.
Kava and Kratom.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yep.
Can't be illegal.
No, true.
That's the harder one because a lot of places are making it illegal now for some reason. I think it's illegal in Wisconsin actually. Which
Well,
is
probably because
really
they tax the alcohol. I'm sure.
stupid. Yeah, but tax the
Tax the kratom.
Kratom.
So it had kava.
Oh, my favorite thing in the world.
I recommend kratom.
He drinks Kratom more, and we actually both have Kratom this morning. We brew it at home now.
Kratom tea.
But the Kava has to me, Kava really affects my social skills. It makes me super calm, and I can make friends. Like I can go up to people and talk to them, which I didn't used to do. I'm shy. I will not initiate conversation with strangers. But when I drink Kava, I do. I just feel like, and then not a lot either, just kind of chilling and chatting. Kratom makes me hyper, like bleh, like caffeine, like.
Yeah, kratom's good to start your workday for focus and energy.
I really like the ritual aspect of it, and I would like to kind of include that when we drink it. So we have Kava and Kratom almost every day pretty much.
And they really potentiate the effects of Wellbutrin. I'll just say that. So you get super focused drinking it if you take Wellbutrin. FYI, it helps.
And I do feel like I might have, and I don't know if this is even a thing, but potentially maybe some traits of. I took an online test and it said I have ADHD. I should go see a doctor, but I think I have traits of ADHD, and at the same time forgetfulness. And the Kratom and Kava together for me kind of balance those 2 things out quite a bit. So I don't feel jittery at all. I just feel good,
Well,
and it helps settle my stomach for some reason.
Ah, that's good.
The Kava,
That's an interesting, yeah.
not the Kratom. The Kratom excites me. The Kratom calms me.
Tina. I love you, Tina.
Look at this boy laying. He knows I'm getting ready to leave, and that's what's making me sad.
He knows on Sunday. This dog is so smart. He mopes around. He's very. Look at that face. He's just like, oh.
Yeah, he just hangs on to me. He literally will follow me around this whole house all day on Sunday because he knows I'm leaving, which is cute, but it's also really sad. Yes, my Bobby.
It was ADHD and it is, so just use it. Local areas around it sounds like, oh.
Yeah, you should. And with Kratom, the more you use it, the stronger it feels. It potentiates. I'm sorry, with Kava. With Kratom, the more you use it, you have to have more, so it does build up a tolerance. I think some people do have addiction issues with it, but it's pretty rare, and plus, it doesn't really cause you to not like needing and using Kratom doesn't like you're not doing hand jobs and heroin for heroin stuff. Like it's not that kind of a drug.
And I think the addiction typically comes from like the extract. The super concentrated lab generated and created extracts of it. That's where a lot of times, not saying you can't from just the regular tea, but that's
I'm just checking my check-in. So my flight's at 11 tomorrow.
Oh gosh, think of me this week. I booked a Verbo for the first time ever. I'm so creeped out but so excited at the same time. I've never ever used a Uber or anything like that, so to do a Verbo is exciting, and
Well, Uber's just like taxi.
I'm a little excited.
Verbo is not like there's no host in Verbo. Did they tell you there'd be a key code?
Well, on some of them, but some of them say you have to check in at this specific time because the person comes to meet you to let you in or something. I don't know.
No matter. Hopefully that's good luck.
So if that's the case, I'm gonna have to leave Tuesday morning at like 8 a.m.
We better find out. It's in 2 days.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're right. I do.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So those are big things for me. So Common Kratom.
And gun rights and LGBT or liberal
Yes.
policies. Yep.
Yep. So we have a full moon in exactly 1 week.
Oh, that's
Next
awesome.
Sunday.
So next Sunday. Oh, that'll be nice.
Yes, we have a full moon in Libra. So that's cool. I did not research what the April full moon is. Might maybe look it up here.
The April full moon. Finn. He totally ignores me too. Hey, Finny. Finny.
Pink moon.
He's like, don't bug me.
I'm with my daddy Brian. You leave me alone, motherfuckers.
Oh.
He is so funny. Pink moon, yeah. Sweet. Congratulations on that. Anniversary.
Ooh.
That is too cool.
awesome. Next week. That's cool.
The pink moon marks the beginning of spring and is also known as the Paschal moon, which is the first full moon of spring and plays a role in determining the date of Easter. It's also known as the breaking ice, budding, awakening, egg, or Paschal moon. It's a micro moon. It will appear smaller and dimmer than usual just before the moon's apogee. It's the farthest point from Earth. Despite the name, it doesn't actually appear pink in color. It's named after the creeping phlox, a wildflower that blooms in early spring. Sweet.
Easter is 420. Hell yeah. Oh.
We did a
That like we have to do like something
we have to
for
smoke
that.
that day, yeah.
We got to, man.
There's a
Thank you, Jesus.
one of the years we did. Hey, that was you. Thanks for knocking on the table.
Hey, it's okay.
He put his stuff down the table too hard. Everybody thinks the door, somebody's knocking.
La petite.
She's like a warning alarm. She just starts everything.
It's okay. You get in a bath, sweetie.
Look how angry she is about it.
Don't be mad about it. You get in a bath. Be mad about that.
She is angry about it.
We got to set up your cardiology appointment.
So I did a
Okay.
I guess you probably helped. I mean, I'm sure we did it together. We did an Ostara ritual where we wrote an Ostara ritual for the spring equinox, right? And it was all about excuse me. Eos, I don't know how to say it probably. Eoster, the German goddess. It was very neat. And I think that kind of pulls into it. And I know obviously we're past the Ostara, the equinox. It still makes sense to use that energy for a full moon during the time because it's very quick, associated obviously with cycles and with all that stuff. So I think next Sunday's full moon, we should do a little dedication to Eostera.
Let's do it.
We shall and we must.
We must
and we'll smoke a little bit of her herb.
Hell yeah.
Maybe we can call that Eoster's herb.
A good one to honor or think of that day while we're doing it is probably Santa Muerte.
Yeah.
She likes ganja.
And isn't she the patron saint of like the misfits?
Yeah. Of a lot of things. Yeah.
The West Germanic spring goddess reflected in Old English Estre, Eostre.
Come on, little ma petite. What you doing, girl? Come on, little ma.
She's the goddess of spring, dawn, and fertility. I love that. So yeah, that's something I think we should do. This is exactly how. By the way, I hope you guys like this, but this is how I like our thing to continue to go. Yeah. We're just running through some basic topic bullet points and looking some stuff up.
And I like chatting with people like when they put stuff up. That's the best thing for me. Not just like talking at a camera or something.
Yep. I also created this browser share. I don't know if you guys like this idea. Because
My petite's a baby girl. My petite's a sweet.
I wanted to be able to kind of browse, but it doesn't work very well. Like it cuts it off for some reason unless I do a full screen, which is really weird. So let me test something out real quick. Let me see if it worked. Let me just reset a couple things. I know, and then I'll share it with you guys so you can see it. So that we can like look up things together, right? Which I think would be kind of fun. So if we look up stuff now, granted, we're Google getting our Google on, right? So we probably have to fact check some things, but there's some really good articles about this. And again, I know we're past Ostara and the Spring Festival, but we're obviously still in spring. And the first full moon of spring makes sense to me to kind of focus on this and really push through. James Bowen!
Hey!
I know!
Hello.
We couldn't do it. 3 months and 4 days, and we're back.
God, it feels like a year.
It does. And like we have to go back to it. We miss it. Changing a few things, being a little more chatty, a little less have to do. But yeah.
There's a baby.
So if you guys have a topic on the thing, any of them, you pop it in there. We look it up, we talk about it, we go through it.
No, you're my baby.
But yeah, we're glad you're here. Thanks for stopping in. We did start a little earlier than normal, so we're trying to do 10 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah.
Just because it doesn't, doing it at 11 was kind of messing our part of our day up.
Yeah, cute.
So. Oh, great. Snow. I wonder if there's snow in Milwaukee. So yeah, this is also a really good website if you guys are interested in it. This is the field.co.uk, obviously UK based. This was recommended by somebody. It's got some really good general information in it. It's not spiritual specific, but it does have some old world stuff in here that is really neat. But it is focused on nature, right? It's nature and basically UK country. So pretty neat. And if anybody's interested, lunaf.com is where I've always gotten my moon information. I just like how it's laid out. So if you're interested, you should check that out too.
Okay. Luna
F. I don't know where that comes from.
The moon F. Where's the F come from?
I don't know, but it's one person that manages this whole thing and keeps it running.
Wow.
And it's very specific. Like it goes through a lot of stuff. It's really cool. I highly recommend it. It's another one where like it's free, but you can, if you want, donate to it. So very neat website. So
I heard it does not snow in Minnesota.
Shut up. Something I found we should be careful with when it comes to joining groups. Yes, there's swimming. Okay. All right, I appreciate this. Let's get this. And I think this is talking about what you mentioned earlier, Manny, right?
Joining groups. Oh, let's see. No summer walking today. Where's the list?
All right, I'm gonna read it when you get to it.
These people. Oh, please! I hope they do in the next 4 years. Dissolve in a fire.
So we are experiencing the last separation from those who have chosen not to ascend. These people will totally dissolve from our realities over the next few months. Sometimes I'm guided to keep things light and full of magic. Other times I'm encouraged to speak the harsh truth. I believe, Manny, that's you talking there, right? I didn't see an end quote, but I'm assuming there's an end quote on that previous one. Is that correct? Before I have feelings. And they're very different between those two sentences. So
End quote.
That's okay.
Many say.
Is end quote after the truth or after months? Okay, got it. So the first one we are experiencing the last separation from those who have chosen not to ascend. I don't believe that. Like I don't feel that. Um, I kind of feel based like I think I'm feeling what Dolores Cannon expressed, which is in her belief system, we are in the fifth of eight great generational things. Um, and that we're not there yet. We're not. I don't think humanity is ready to ascend as a group. And I think that there's so much focus on ascension that many people just completely miss what the point even is of being an ascended thing or ascended being, right? It's not to leave the people behind. It's to bring them with. In my opinion, ascending is purposeful to bring them with us. It's not to let people dissolve. I think of this a lot when we talk about politics, and as angry as I am at all of them, they are misguided human beings, right? And I am no better than them in the grand scheme of things. I do feel better than them here, like the people that are like mean to trans people. Yeah, I am a better person than you, right? But as a unit, as the human beings, as the race, as the entity of humanity, the goal for ascension, I don't think, is to leave anybody behind, and that makes no sense to me. Um, and the idea that they'll dissolve from the realities over the next few months, if somebody who's saying that and believing that, that is Tim Jones shit. That's terrifying to me. I agree with you. Delusion is very strong. Um, and the whole thing is supposed to be together, not to be behind. Yeah, yeah. And ascension for me, like I can personally ascend and get myself to higher levels, but that doesn't. How do I say this? Like my belief system is a little weird on this, and I don't know, but to me, ascending is not separating yourself into another area. It's, and I know this is going to sound corny, but it's brightening my light, increasing my light and my connection to between worlds, so that others may see that light. That's what happens to me when we ascend. We don't ascend and then our light disappears from this world and the rest go dark. It's our light just gets brighter and brighter here so that people can see that connection for themselves. Like, oh, I want to be that. I want to do that. But in Dolores Cannon's vision, a lot of people are doing that more now than ever. But this round is the fifth of many, like eons and eons, billions of years, billions of trials. And this is not going to work. We're all going to be basically wiped again, and it's going to happen 2 more times before we actually make it, which is a very neat idea. Yes, and Manny, that's really sad. I kind of feel like anybody who feels like they're ascending and when I hear ascension, I picture um like somebody, I can't remember her name, but she does a lot of Munekai. I don't know how to properly say it. Um, and it's very spiritual. She's very neat. She's very new agey. I'll have to look her up. But when she talks about ascension, she's like we're trying to bring ourselves to, like what Tabby said. We're bringing ourselves to a higher vibration, and when we bring ourselves to a higher vibration, the world's vibration goes up. We start to get closer to connecting, and the more people that do it, the closer we'll get. But until everybody gets there, none of us are going to go. None of us are going to get there until we all get there. Very interesting stuff.
Yeah, I've not read any on this topic. It'd be neat. Dolores Cannon, you said?
Yeah, well, Dolores Cannon connects ascension and the world's status with aliens directly. So it's very neat. Yeah. Correct. I completely agree with that. What do you think about ascension in general? Like, have you heard it? Do you think, like, is it a thing that you've thought of before?
I mean, not really. Other like in the basic use of it that changed. I've used it before. Like I'm ascending to in my job to a better opportunity, but
Yeah.
it's pretty much
So it might be good to kind of define ascension in the general terms and spiritual terms is basically for some people it's here it sounds like some people are ascending to become better or to maybe become like godlike. But ascension in general for spirituality, and this is my just I'm making it up in my head how I've learned it. So I want you guys, if you can share your thoughts on this, like how you would define ascension. But it's doing things that raise your vibration to a level where your base is higher, your base is better, your base is more connected and engaged. Like right now, I feel like we have ascended based on where we were a year ago. Some people see ascension as a specific attainment of something. Like you've attained the highest level of ascension. You're literally better than everybody and you know everything and I don't have to work in the same playing field as the rest of the world because I've ascended and you little mongrels are down there running around like idiots. So,
I do good with raising my vibration temporarily, and then I knock it back down and go base real quick.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but each time you do something spiritual or you read something or learn something or do something like in nature, like our moon ritual that we did, each time you do that, the theory for me is that you've raised your base vibration to be more aligned with the world. And it's a cycle. You can do it over and over and over. You never stop. Some people believe ascension is an attained thing that you reach out and attain and you get it and you become the Mahatma guru or whatever. And I just it's unfortunate because I don't. Everybody is on such a different plane, and it gives me empathy and more sympathy for people that do stupid shit. But Manny's right, and well, Dragon I think said it too. Manny mentioned privilege, absolutely. Dragon too. The ability to ignore politics is definitely privileged. Yes.
yeah.
Like we recognize some privilege to us. We can choose to ignore some of it because, you know, we have things made in a certain way and have had, I say, luck in many ways to get some of the things I've done. I have worked hard, but some of it was luck, being in the right place at the right time and being a white male.
And knowing the right people, too.
Yeah, being a cis white male.
Which you can say is work because, like, for me, I've worked pretty hard, or I would say put a lot of energy and effort to certain things, like for professional organizations that I'm a part of, you know. And through that, and some of it
Thanks,
was
Mel.
work and energy, and some of it was just relationships that I built with people over the years, which that's work in and of itself, but it's kind of like a fun work. You know, it's not a hard or difficult or taxing work.
Yeah. Well, I think the other thing is when we talk about like, I think this kind of goes back to the discussion about the love and light, right? I have difficulty when I'm around somebody that is all love and light and they know nothing else, and they kind of get this. Oh shit! I just missed that. When somebody's all love and light and that's all they get, then I question their love and light because I don't feel like it is really based out of
That smells good.
something that's going to move them forward. But that's not for me to call, right? That's for them to call, but I can feel it, and it makes me look at myself and make sure that I am paying attention to my feelings on it. But you're right, like people who have ascended and have no more use or need to be involved in politics or at least support people in a specific way. It's really rough because it's frustrating. How do we navigate that in spiritual community? Because sometimes they are so strict about it, almost seems like an attack on us and other pagans. Oh, yeah. I think the same can be said, though, of those people who are in the mind of ascension and think that they have ascended and been all above everybody else, right? And it's one of those things where, like, we'll never change somebody else. Like, if somebody spiritual were to come to me right now and say, you know what, I think politics is the best example lately. They're like, you know, I supported Trump and you know, there's only male and female. That infuriates me because of what it cuts off from humanity and the beauty of what we all have to offer. But it makes me feel bad for them that they are unable to see the dissonance that they're experiencing. But I can't fix that. All I can say is I hear you. You know, you have an opinion. I feel that it's wrong, and continue on doing what we do. You know, it's really hard in the spiritual community because some people do have such specific beliefs, and that's just in humanity in general, I think. Right? What do you think?
Well, I get that people have different beliefs. I've spoken about it related to Christians and some that I know, and it's can't really group them into one way, but it's hard to reconcile how people can really be close to you, friends or colleagues or whatever, and then a main group that they're a part of seems to be against your lifestyle. It's hard to not put people in groups, and for me, I have a really hard time recognizing that what's seen and what's visible, which is not the whole picture of what people are protesting these things. It's hard for me to see them as human, that are against trans, that are against women's rights. It's hard for me to see them as human. I know they're human, but I can't imagine why there's so much hate or dislike towards one thing that doesn't affect you, and why are we so focused on private parts?
Yeah, I think we can be angry and frustrated, and I'm going to get back to that toxic positivity in a minute because I think that's a very important point. But I think if we go to the level of we don't see them as human, then we are doing the ascent. We're basically saying we're ascended and they're not, and they're not worth our time. They need to dissolve. That's not how we're going to move forward. We're not going to change how they feel. We should be angry. We should express that anger. But I feel some sympathy in the soul for them that keeps them human.
I think it's an emptiness, and maybe it's not, but just going back to how I grew up, really, like the faith without works kind of thing, or without just blind faith. When I grew up as a Baptist, it doesn't feel natural when you're thinking these things. It's kind of like mostly I think
That's a good point.
You are against these things or against these people because your religion says it, and you're trying to really believe in your religion. You're trying to be a good person or a faithful person and just blindly believing. But I think always down under, whether it's admitted or not, and most people, like for me, I always felt, God, something about this, it just doesn't feel right. One, I was gay, and so couldn't reconcile that. And two,
yeah, that doesn't help.
Anytime somebody is against like a group of people or something like that, it always, I think deep down, it just doesn't sit right. It doesn't feel well. And I think a lot of people probably experience that, but they don't know how to go against that belief, which is sad because I was there like in 30 years ago.
I think that's partly why Dolores doesn't think we'll ascend soon as a organism. And when you say is it their ego, the need for control, I kind of think it's the ego's need to be controlled. My experience has been when people are in this way, it is the only thing left that they can control. But when you think about it, that mindset came from somebody else. They need to be told what to do and how to think and where to go, because when they're left to their own, they're afraid of what they might come up with. I only felt like I met some of my spiritual goals when I learned to not be in control of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned to unlearn some of the things that other people think and do. So I think it's definitely ego, and it's definitely need for control, but there's a section of or a part of that that's the need to be controlled.
Yeah, it's like
without even saying it.
Yeah, it's like because people don't like to. I think people like to be guided or directed in what to do because it can be like scary or uncomfortable to not know what to do. So if you have a belief system that's telling you what you shouldn't do, it makes it easier. Control. It makes it easier. You don't have to think. To be a free thinker, which I guess some people like.
Well, it's easier.
It's easier for sure.
Because that's what all this administration is about, right? It's about taking away free thought and making it so that we're all thinking the same way. And you can go back to unity, uniformity. That's why I do not think unity and uniformity is a good thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, somebody else to do it for you.
Yep.
The other directions.
So both fit. Back to that toxic positivity, though, Manny. I wanted to hit on that. I saw that, and then the dragons about the Love and Light crew being pretty culty. I have absolutely experienced that too. And when you do that, or when the Love and Lighty people have done that to me, it's very unsettling. Because they get mad at you if you don't function the way they do.
That's why I like that old saying, I'm love and light and a little bit of go fuck yourself. Because
Yeah.
that's literally how I feel. It's a good balance. That's funny. Made me think of that.
I mean, I've met some Love and Light crew and even in the UU, and what's neat, at least for them, they've been able to, at least thinking of one person in specific, she's been able to kind of talk through things with us. You say it, she gets mad, she needs time, and then she comes back. She's like, "Yeah, I thought about it a different way." Like that, I can handle. That to me is awesome.
Yeah.
But adulting is hard.
It's hard.
It is hard. I really feel for people though. Like, I have sympathy for cultists and for people that are so blinded by anger that they cannot function properly, or they feel like this is such a big deal. People like, and I'm gonna say it, and she may see this one day, but I love my sister to death. But when they make comments of, well, there's only male and female, I'm like, nobody's talking about that. Like, that's not even the argument, and that's part of the problem. That's not what anybody's talking about. Like, it's insane. But even if it was, what is it your business what another person does for their self liberty and their self judgment? And then the phrase when people say, I don't have to buy into your delusion. You don't, but you don't have to go out and attack it either if you think it's a delusion.
I think it's dangerous.
How about understanding it?
Because first it was brown-skinned people, then it was gay people, and a whole bunch of other things, and now it happens to be
trans.
For whatever reason, I don't understand.
And it will be somebody else after that.
Somebody else next.
It's frustrating. That was a good conversation, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to read up a little bit on ascension.
Yeah.
To the spiritual term that you're all speaking of.
You're getting heavy, buddy.
Versus literal ascending. You're Bubby. You want me to take him?
You're not the smallest chi that we have.
Come here, Bubby.
I don't think he's interested.
Come on. You want to come to me? Come on. Come on. You want to come?
That looks like a no.
He's like, I'd rather not. Oh, that's my answer right there.
He's looking at me for confirmation. Thank you. All right, appreciate it, Tabby. Thanks for stopping in.
Sunday.
Yes, we're back. The one thing I don't know is I don't know if we're going to do this every week, every 2 weeks. I think we're going to aim for every week right now. And we are also not always going to do it from here. We're going to take our iPad, and we might have to do it out and about. So the sound may not be great sometimes. There may not be music, but we're not going to tether to our house. We want to be able to get out and do stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I like it to like an hour, 10 to 11. It's nice. We're more of a conversation and not having to stick to a...
No, I'm going to ask that question. We're going to do some tarot. We have a different setup. Make sure you grab a deck. There's some over there that might be there too. So if you want to read, it's going to be a general unless you otherwise say it, and we'll pull some cards when you get back.
Come on, baby.
When Rook gets back. So does anybody like a card? Any card? I'm going to try really hard to get more... Dude, what's wrong with your ear? To get more like actual reads to be done. Meaning like full reads. And I know we keep saying it and we just forget that we're going to pop up randomly online and do full reads between me and Rook. All right, I got Dragon, Manny, and Unexplained Possibilities. Again, general, unless you'd like something specific, we can look into. And I'm actually going to use 2 decks today. We do have a tarot cam set up, but it's going to be very weird, and because I had dismantled our setup, I have to get it back out, and I want to try it a little different. So we're going to put it up here in a minute, and you'll see what I mean. It's very janky, but you know, we do with what we have, right? And we're in a savings mode, so we are not doing any spending right now because we just need to focus on some other things. So let's switch over to this tarot cam, and you guys will see what it's going to look like for now. You see my fat fingers here. You get to see our desk from another angle. So if you guys can see right there, that's our TV. That's where we're looking at when we're talking. That's all the stuff that we look at. That's up at the top of our corner. That's where our laptop is and all the stuff up in the top back there. This is the Mikey right here. And this is one of my boxes. I can't get it to stay up straight though. We cannot fall over. I'm trying to get it as a background. So the way we'll do this is, for example, we'll pull a card and we'll just set it right here. Hopefully you can see them. There's a cute, this room is dark. We have a significant glare for some reason. It's really strange. I don't know why. Because all that sun is not that bright in here. It is dark. We've got all the blinds down and everything. So, Bubby, I had to put you down because I can't shuffle with you here. I can't shuffle. Look at him. He's like, I don't care.
Oh, buddy.
You can shuffle with one hand, mother heifer. All right, Bubby. I'm sorry, but I do have to put you down. You can stay on my lap, but I know there's not much room. It's okay, Bubby. Oh, don't have to leave. He's going to leave me, look.
No.
So go to your chair. Good boy. Yeah, you know, I did. I turned the exposure way down on it, but this is a janky cam. Is this the Nexigo? Hi, look at my nose. Yeah, this is one of the I don't know why it's called C922, but it's on our screen. But this is a Nexigo cam, and I don't have the software that lets me change the exposure, and I can't remember how to do it in maybe filters. Let's see. Maybe effects. Yeah, I can't remember how to do it in OBS. Oh well, yeah, I can't remember how to do it, but we'll have to look at it at some point. See, my our main camera we can adjust because it's connected to the Logitech app, so I can make adjustments on that one. But the Nexigo one, I don't have an app for it, and I can't find an app for it, so I can't really figure out. Like, oh, maybe this will do it. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, okay. This might actually help. Hold on. I might have made it worse. We'll see. Let me see what this looks like. That's maybe a little bit better. I'll have to play with that a little bit. Thank you, Unexplained, for bringing that up. Yeah, appreciate that. I don't know why I wasn't even looking. All right, we've got Dragon first.
All right. All right.
As you can see, I'm using the Wildwood Tarot. That's the box background there. Let's see what Dragon Dancer needs to know.
And I'm using the Tarot of Neofiction.
Nay, nice. That's cool that you had it right there.
I mean, it's supposed to be here. This is the one I I go to a lot. I like it. I like it.
The Wildwood Tarot by Mark and John, Mark Ryan and John Matthews with illustration Will Worthington. This is, I think, one of Joy's favorite decks, but it is also one of mine. I like it for some reason. I pull it out every spring. It's a spring deck for me for some reason.
Okay, let's see. All right.
Alrighty.
Somebody's knocking. Should I let him in?
It is still
It's
a little.
the devil. Look at him.
It's still a little unbalanced there. I'll have to figure that out. Because, like I'm saying, it's dark in this room. There's. I don't know why I can't shuffle these today. I need to get one good shuffle in on it before I can feel comfortable.
It's funny. I had a jumper from the dragon. In the future, when things are stable with us, and do. Oh my God! I would love that. Unexplained.
I'm not gonna lie.
I would love it.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know where mine is. It's in my stack of tarot decks. I need to get it back out.
I might have stole yours too. I'm just kidding. I don't think so. I wouldn't steal it.
Yeah, you would.
I would steal
Dragon Dancer, your first card. 7 of Vessels.
it. Well, that's a really pretty card.
I still don't understand why I'm getting all this glare. Like, it's coming from that window right there. There's literally no light coming in from that window.
0.
Like, how is it still? It's a cheap camera. That is for sure. Do some advertising for DTK there. Downtown Cava. So 7 of Vessels. The 7 of Vessels, we've talked about this card. 7s have been coming up, by the way. If you guys haven't been seeing it or hearing it, I have. 7s, almost every read I've been doing has had a 7 in it. The 7s for me are tough cards because they're kind of representative of a lot of things happening and a lot of work happening, but we're not there yet. And so this card specifically in the Wildwood Tarot deck is listed as mourning. And mourning, like not the time of day, the act of mourning and bereavement. So I'm getting the need to let go of some energy and to bereave things and to let things come to pass. And spending some of your energy on that, but not a lot. Anytime that, like, the 7s kind of stick out for me, come up for me for in any reason, in any way, it's a reminder to kind of stop. And this is 8s too. Both of them are pause areas that you really need to look back. You need to kind of take a moment, look at how you're feeling about things, look at how everything is happening, and allow yourself to mourn a little bit for what's been lost. Don't live there. Get through it, because the 8s are right behind it. The 8s represent that getting back on track and taking stock, and then the 9s and 10s, unless you're in the swords, is representing your progress or your failure that needs to happen if you are in the swords. So 7 of Vessels is truly about mourning the situations and the things that are happening and letting them go and allowing yourself to move on to the next thing. And for you, that 43, I hear you. I'll be 44 this year.
Me too.
Will I be 44? I'll be 44. Jesus.
Well, it depends on. No, you'll be 40 because I'll be 44.
You'll be 48.
I love it.
Right? You'll be 48. Yep. So
that is so freaking cool. 48.
I get it.
Whoop, whoop.
Well, I appreciate that. 43. I'll be honest. Best one of my years. My 43rd year has been actually fitting. Has been shedding shit, like really letting it go. Look, I'm sad about that and I don't like it, and moving through it. Sad about that, don't like it, getting rid of it, moving through it. It's the first year I've thrown clothes away. Well, not thrown away, we're donating, but I've gotten rid of clothes that I don't wear anymore. I'm fat, I'm big, I'm never going to be skinny. It's fine. I don't need to hold on to that single XL because I think one day I'll fit into it. there's a lot of mourning that and just allowing myself to be who I am now, which has been awesome.
Oh, okay, good.
Your card?
Oh yes. So, so one thing, or one of the reasons I love this deck is because a lot of times I don't pull anything. So I had a jumper, and it is the matriarch, and it's the pearl, which is a water symbol. You are just sitting there in life. You're emotionally anchored. You are an emotional anchor for people around you. You have that part mastered, which I think is just huge. A lot of people struggle with that. So you may feel like you're anchoring people, but it doesn't probably feel like a burden. Just continue to relax and enjoy the fact that you're good on an emotional level. You're balanced and you're just chilling.
Yep. Very good. Hope that made some sense. I agree. It is a shedding year. It's gonna be a shedding year for really everybody. Like I think that's just gonna be a big thing. But ooh, 43 was a good year for me. It was stressful in some cases, but I feel like so much has gotten better.
Yeah. Twisted Chaos is requesting to pull cards. You want to after I explain?
Which you can't type.
Shows a real name.
Oh, okay, got it. Perfect, understood.
All right.
Let me write that down. TK.
I look like this deck. Even if I pull, I never feel like I'm pulling anything from here.
Well, that's a good feeling.
Jumps. I love it.
All right, next up is Mystic Manny.
It's just
every time
I have to do it.
It's just another
thing. There's only one Mystic Manny. It's better than not just another. There's only one.
I love this deck. It's a nice deck.
That is a really nice deck. I thought it was an oracle by the imagery. It's really pretty.
I do have an oracle version. All right, Mystic Manny. Whoop, whoop. Oh, 3 of arrows. God, look at
Shot
that.
to the heart, and you're too late.
That is insane to me. Like, I just don't understand.
That is so pretty.
How it is this. Like, can I hover and make it? Maybe it's the one behind me. I don't know. But
and our friend that we met with last night texted me and said next time we get together, they want a read. They want cards pulled. And I said, we'll do it together. We'll do a duel.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, that'd be great.
Hold on. My thing is doing weird stuff. Excuse me. 3 of arrows. Mystic Manny. The 3 of arrows is an interesting card. It's mentioned or it's listed as jealousy. So I would kind of focus on some things that are going on in the background and find out, is there something or someone, I would say adjacent to you, so not in your immediate surroundings, but nearby. Maybe nearby that you can, or that you think maybe is I don't want to say taken advantage of, but might be causing some negative energy. There is somebody in your sphere. Again, not a super close person. This person's a little further out. Could be maybe somebody at work, not like your work wife and work husband that many people have, but somebody that knows you that has a tinge of jealousy and is causing some negative energy and problems your way. I don't think it's huge. I don't think it's a massive problem. I just think it's enough that the cards say you need to watch out for somebody that might be trying to pull some shit over on you and make things harder when it's not necessary. Jealousy cards and even the 3s for me are generally positive. In this particular deck, it does mention jealousy. I get a lot, we all know the 3 of hearts, right? And it is what it is. I said the 3 of hearts. That's too funny. Cups would be my choice there. But anyway, so the idea really is that there's somebody in your sphere that's kind of looking at things are causing a potential problem. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
All right. And I pulled the fearless one. I feel like you're loud and impact wise without being loud. Your presence really affects those around you, and you persevere through things. But you don't have to. You may not even have to say anything at times. You've got a presence and a persistence that amplifies and speaks volumes, and it keeps you grounded and focused and successful, even with everything going on, or if a lot of stuff is going on. I just feel like you're there and you are focused and you're who you are, and that rubs off on others. I don't know if that's for right now or if that's just always. I feel like it's in general, but it's just a reminder of the impact you have on others and how you're affecting your own life.
I would definitely agree with that, Manny, that it's reminds me of the strength card, obviously the lion in it, which I love. That's the strength card is always it reminds me of that kindness and strength and kindness. Mm-hmm. The ideal that, being kind and being supportive to people and being open isn't a weakness, it's a strength, and it's how you gain positive things in your life.
Yeah, loud without being loud.
Yep. James, appreciate the sharing of your mom buying that deck for you. That's cool. Sweet. I love this deck. Do you, I don't know if you heard, but we're doing reads. If you want one, let me know. We'll add you to the list. Do I have the list right?
Yeah. Yep.
Make sure I didn't miss anybody.
Soft touch of a strong hand, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. This totally makes sense. It's getting there. Good deal.
I don't know why all of a sudden I can't clear my throat.
I know I've been having that issue too. I probably catching up on sleep sometimes does it to me.
Like, I wonder if it's my throat chakra telling me to shut up.
Shut up or speak up. I don't know. That can be hard.
Well, I certainly haven't had a problem speaking up lately.
You're welcome.
Maybe I need to speak better. Alrighty. Unexplained possibilities.
Goodness gracious.
What?
I'm having that same issue.
Might be all the incense I've been burning.
Might be.
I burn a lot of incense. Still trying to get the smoke smell out from the thing. Okay. Yeah, I'm not shuffling well today. I need to find my version of that deck. I want to take it. We need to go out. Why don't we do that?
Oh, Jesus. What is she telling me?
When we go out today, maybe we'll open up Discord or not Discord, open up YouTube on the iPad and do some cool reads.
That'd be fun.
At whatever Kava place we end up at, because even when we say we're not going to go, we do anyway.
Yeah, we always get drawn in.
Mm-hmm.
We're drawn to.
All right, Unexplained. The Wheel. All right. I really like this card. There is something about the Wheel and the Wildwood Tarot that is just, I don't know. It's something. It's like extra important to me for some reason, because the way it's expressed is a little bit less like the Wheel of Fortune and a little bit more like the Wheel of Life and the Wheel of Year and the cycles of life, letting you know that no matter what you do or how you do it or where you're doing it, that if it's bad, it will come full circle. You will come out of it. You will be good with it. If it's really great, we have to recognize too that sometimes really great things will also end. So the Wheel comes up when it's saying, hey, be thankful for what you have, but also be ready for coming into something. It's not a great time to make bets, but it is a good time to self-reflect and look at what you're doing and look at how things are going and identifying what are the good things that are happening and what are the things that are not so good, recognizing that they're both on the same wheel and that you can turn that wheel a little bit so that you can get to the side that you need. When we talk about the Wheel of Fortune, like in a traditional deck, I usually get this whole your fortune is going to be positive. Things are going to be happening. It's going to move forward for you. It's a really good thing. But when I do it in the Wildwood Tarot, it is different because it's showing this this wheel, and it's very specific. This wheel on a shirt that's being made by natural fibers on a loom, and it's a hand loom, right? And so the idea is that we're creating and controlling all of the things that the wheel represents. So in Wildwood Tarot, it's much more of a cycle idea, of a process that you are creating this whole loom and weaving all of this stuff, and you're weaving the wheel, and you can rotate the wheel if things aren't going your way. If they are, then it can help you move forward. So pay attention to that and use the wheel to kind of access and move yourself through things by recognizing where you are, what you're doing, how you're doing it, and what steps you can take one after another to get the wheel rolling in the direction you need it to go, because you created it and you control it.
Cool.
I love the wheel. It's one of my favorites. They're all my favorites. I say that about every card.
So I call this tarot
Maeve.
fiction.
Sorry.
Hey, Maeve. A she, because I just feel like she's a she. I hope I don't offend anybody by saying she. I just get that she's a she. Hope I'm not offended, unexplained. But there was another jumper, so I have to honor what the deck says, and then I pulled one to clarify, like, what does this mean? So the alluring man jumped out, and it's just it's given to me. The first thing I see is someone in control, complete control. Sometimes people say, oh, what are things controlling you? No, I'm getting the picture. You are completely in control, because I did pull a clarifier, the Six of Blades, and it's such an awesome picture. So
that is a really nice picture.
No matter, hope it shows, no matter what is going on, like to the front is a journey going forward, and to the back it's literally like a huge wave that has been stopped almost with time. Like you're in control, and you are not phased by it, and it's just going the way forward. So that's what I oh, can you see it better? Oh, okay, now you can see it.
I'm trying to cover the light a little bit. It's the light behind us. That's what the problem is.
So not only are you in control of like what you're doing and what you're thinking, but you are, no matter what's coming on, forward or backwards, within or without, you're in control no matter what happens. So I don't know what that means, but Miss Deck here gave me the one, and I clarified it with the pool. So that's good. I hope I can. I am not controlling myself emotionally, so it looks like you got it. Whatever's going on.
Yeah.
So
that is too cool. I love that.
I love that card. I call it Blades. That Six of Blades is just. It's just awesome.
There's just so many things in it that you wouldn't think go together that do, and it makes sense. And the design of the blades themselves is really pretty. Like, I like that whole thing. It kind of pulls it into the water a little bit. So very cool.
Yeah. So maybe I can pick up on some of your energy for my emotion control, because I'm like, everything is like passion and emotional reaction, and it shouldn't be.
Ain't that the truth? For real, though.
Right.
Awesome. The alluring man. I can absolutely see that.
I love it.
I like that. The alluring man.
Yeah.
All right, next up.
Oh, you're welcome. Who are we on? TK. All right.
I have an idea, too, when we're done with this.
Is that like TKO? I'm just kidding.
Total knockout. Like, totally, we need to do more kava today, because
we want to be in an altered state, but aware. Focused, altered, and relaxed.
Doing a quick read for TK, and then I have an idea at the end that you may like.
Are you gonna throw any out, my dear neo-fiction this time, or are you gonna tell me to pull?
All right.
Well, that's a cool card.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, our first card. Oh, sorry, there's the glare again. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna turn this just a little bit. It'll be at an angle, but it should help with the glare. There we go. We'll get this fixed for next time too. So the Woodward. So the representation in the Woodward, really? You just trying to beat me up?
Sorry. I'm sorry, it's not me.
The Woodward is I want to say it's not the right word I'm looking for, but soft control. The Woodward wants you to be in control of the things that you can be in control of and not be in control of the things that you can't. The Master of the Woods, this person, I don't want to say master of animals, but conjunction with animals and very much close to animals and works with them and is able to do things with them to find what they need. They understand the maze and the labyrinth and the just the world of the forest. And what this means for you is to really think about and feel that connection that you have with the things around you that maybe you're a little bit disconnected from. And those things will give you more control and more power of what you can and can't control. Like, you may not be able to decide what happens in a certain situation, but you can decide how you're going to react, what you're going to do to prepare, and how you're going to engage and take control of those things. So the Woodward, to me, is I don't know, is it portent the right word? It's a card that says, go out and take control back. Take control of what you need and be engaged with what you need and focus on what you need and make that your thing.
All right. I'm laughing not because of the card that jumped, the person that jumped, but because it's so, like, in real life, just the image, not necessarily what the card is saying to recently. So, Twisted, can she see it? Even though
she
that
can
thing's
see it, yes.
This is hilarious. The 8 of rods. So just the image, I hope you can see what that is. I'm going to snap a picture and text it to you. So,
yeah, she should be able to see it.
What it's telling me?
What's on the right is what they see.
Oh, okay. It's a big movement, and on the way, there's all these things.
8 of immovable rods.
Oh, immovable rods, and that's also relative to recent.
That's funny.
So there's something big. It's an idea. It could be something physical that's going on. There's all these competing ideas, thoughts maybe of like what should I do? What's going on? Everything seems so great. I may be kind of torn between some of them, but it's all to the side. I feel like you know the direction, but maybe you may be thinking about which one is right, if there's anyone right. So I pulled, that was the jumper. And then I pulled redemption. And to me, this is saying that what you know within that you are going to do, think, little or small, you already know, and you will be validated when you make that choice or take that action.
Another pretty card. The design is just amazing on this.
Yeah, so it's literally like, and I would say redemption or validation, I would say is really what I'm getting off of this. But the 8 of rods with a box truck jump. Yeah. So I just knew immediately that was
validation.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take a photo and send them just in case you can't see them, because
take a peek, sure.
That is just too freaking funny.
That is hilarious.
Let's see. That is, of all of them.
Let's see. Yeah, how rude.
I was trying to just line it up. All right.
All right. James Bowen is next.
James Bowen. All right. Let's see.
And then we have Maeve. Maeve. I've never known how to say your name right. I wish I did.
I know. I say Maeve though, but I don't know if that's true.
And then we're going to do one thing different this time.
Okay.
At the very end, we're not going to go through the closing like we normally do until I get a chance to update that. It's just too old.
It's too old, and we want to shout out.
At the end, we're going to do one read for those that are that need to hear it. Just a general read that we're pulling as if a person was there, whatever the cards tell us. Mm-hmm. And that's how we'll end, and then we'll do our closing the circle.
I really do love this deck.
I love the imagery on that deck. There's only one thing that I would critique on that deck, and it's such a small thing, is I don't particularly like the font. That's really the only thing. I love the borderless. I love the images.
You know what I've
Just don't like the font.
To me about that, I think it's meant to be because it's to focus on what the images are saying and not for what the letters or words are, maybe. I think that's why, maybe not the intention, but I think that's what it does to me.
I'm glad. It's good.
That's
I think
what
I
it
am going
means
to
to
find
me.
mine and take it with us today when we go to Kava.
I just
Even though we never talked about it, I know we're going. All right, James.
I may.
I feel like one more cut for some reason. 7 of arrows. All right, so we have another 7.
Okay. Let's just...
In the Wildwood Tarot, the 7 of arrows says on the card insecurity. So it's a reminder, and it's a something to think about. Is there something in your life that you're having an insecurity about, or that's causing you difficulty, that's preventing you from moving on or doing the next thing? For me, like I said, for the 7s are always tough cards for me, regardless of what you do, and they really highlight. the work that goes into things, right? Because in cycle wise you're at 7 out of 10 in kind of how my theories work, and it's not bad. And so insecurity comes up and your card says insecurity, it's like, oh, you're insecure. I don't get that out of this. What I get is a little bit more of really paying attention to what you're concerned about and thinking that maybe it's not a real concern. Maybe something is bothering you, or you're worried about something that is happening and it's causing you to feel insecure about it. But it's really not a problem, and you might be making a mountain out of a molehill with it. So it might be a reminder to let go. Now, the arrows themselves are functions of our thoughts, our processes, our direction, right? When we pull a bow back and let go of an arrow, we are directing that arrow with incredible force and incredible direction. And when those arrows land, where they land can change a life, right? And that's really important. That's a huge piece of this. And when we go and look at all of the things that make us insecure, we might need to look at some of the ones that are causing us the most trouble and find a way to let go of them and release them. Good for when it comes to air, good releasing magic for air is fire. So when you have a lot of air, or when you have a lot of insecurities, you have a lot of worry. Worry is a water and an air thing, but more in air, it's your brain going too fast. Fire is a good way to get rid of that. So writing the things that you know you're worried about, but you can't change them, writing them and burning them is a really good active practice for that. I find that helps burn off a lot of airy thoughts. There's a game I've been playing, and I've been playing for a while, that some people may know, called Metro Exodus, Metro 2033. There's a whole slew of them. And one of the things that you do in the game is you light a lighter and you burn away the cobwebs as you're walking through. And every time I do that, I can picture that. And I'm like, oh, I'm just releasing all of the things that I don't need. So that is what the insecurity, I think, is coming from, is some worries that just you can't change, and maybe giving yourself an ulcer for them, and you need to let go of them.
Okay, and mine is 5 of pearls, and again, it's coming from, I'm getting an emotional, amplified feeling here, and it's just, I do love the pearls. It's just saying, like, whatever is going on, this is not, even though it's easy to do, don't be, or try not to be tied down or burdened emotionally. Whatever has happened has transpired. And it's just not, it's not worth or productive to think or be affected emotionally by it. Try to be in quiet with yourself and just be steady. It's not even about being positive to me. It's about trying to not be burdened emotionally, and trying just to be steady until the mood or situation changes. But don't be emotionally burdened by a circumstance or a situation.
Yeah, part of his stance looks almost sad and defeated. And then you have the broken pearls.
Or he could be meditating or in thought. what I got.
Very cool. Hope that gives you something to work off of. Maeve is next.
Maeve. You know, I could be saying it wrong. It might be Mavathel. I'm saying Maevethel. It might be Mavathel.
I've
Or
not
it might
said
be
it.
French.
I've never said it either of those ways, and I've probably wrong. So
It might be. It might be that the V is silent and the T are silent. Because I don't know. I'm being silly as I want to do.
As you are wont to do. All right, Maeve. Let's see what we got for you, sir. In the cards.
Just looking at those bells, those are so cool looking.
I got a couple sets of them around the house.
You really like those.
I never really liked bells before. Like that was an annoying thing for me. But now I like them.
Maeve, are the V and T?
I've asked him before and he won't
silent?
tell me. He won't answer. He's like, you say it however you feel you need to say it or something like that.
Well, there you go.
Like, sir, I need information here. All right, 6 of Arrows is the first card. 6s are transitions in all of the decks for me. 5s are really the stressful piece before it. 6s is the transition where you move into completion, move into the success of something or the continuance of something. So it represents transition. It often does also come up when somebody needs a vacation or has a vacation coming. They need to get away from things for a minute. But it is all about transitions, and you can recognize the directional sign that's on that. Probably can't see it because of the way the light is. That's on the sail. And the transition is it's not about, like, it's so cliche, but it's not about the destination. It's about the journey when we're in the 6s. Now, when you're in the 10s, it's the destination, right? Because you're at the end of the cycle, getting ready to restart. But when you're in the 6s, it's about the journey. And so things might be moving in a way that they're changing and they're starting to adjust and they're starting to move forward. But there is something that you need to transition on, that it is time for you to move to the next level or go to the next piece. So I would focus on that. I don't know what it is with just one card. Maybe we'll get some information from Rook. But I definitely feel that there is a transition that you need to push, that you need to make it go to the next level before it stales and stables and falls out.
Well, I pulled growth and understanding. An epiphany's coming, big or small. It's like, oh, I get it now. And through that, you realize, like, whatever's been going on, it's not only makes sense, but it reinforces or sends your mind or thought of something into a different direction. But soon, or maybe it's happening, you're just gonna be like, I get it. And through that, you will feel growth, and it will connect some dots there. Cross some T's, dot some I's. I feel like
Reminds me of the world a little bit.
Yeah, it does. It's really pretty. I'd like to go there, wherever that is.
I'm with you on that.
All right.
So we got some transitions that are going to lead to understanding and growth. There we go. I like it. All right, that's everybody on the list, but we're going to do one more read, and this is the read for the
week.
I just think it's going to be the read for the person that needs to hear something that maybe didn't ask. So these things may apply to you, they may not. It's just going to be, for me, a general information that we need to look at, kind of like the energy read, yeah. So if there's anybody in the chat that doesn't want to come forward and ask for a read, this would be for them. And then we'll move forward. Ah, look at that. We have a repeat.
Oh, that's a
the
common
Woodward.
theme.
Yeah. So this is, to me, this is action. Again, we talk about knowing your environment, right? He knows the woods, knows the forest, knows what's going on, works with animals closely. He can kind of direct them and make things happen. But he is all about action. It is time to take the message where it needs to go, do the things that need to be done, know your value and know your worth, and execute the things because of it. So very clear message to me from the Woodward on this one.
And mine is courier. Pay attention and heed the message. Sometimes we gain understanding, knowledge, and our clarification, and I don't know why we don't listen to it. We don't recognize it. We think, oh God, that can't be right. But little or small, pay attention to the message and the way in which it arrives.
I like that.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Well, guys, that's
there
the
may be
show.
some gays. I don't know, or maybe just be us.
That's the show for today.
Guys and gays.
I'm really excited that we're back and that we're doing this again because I missed it so much. I really did, and I think it's really cool to do it again and to kind of be back into it. So we are going to keep it at 10 o'clock. We do want to make sure that we have enough time to be completed before Satan and Coffee, which comes in the day. I think at usually noon. I think our time.
No, we better verify it before.
Another 30 minutes.
Yeah, let's see it.
So yeah, I mean we're going to keep this up. We don't know how often. We're going to try to do it weekly. We're going to do it wherever we are. If we're out, we're going to do it on our phones, do it on the iPad. We're going to whatever, but we're going to not stay tethered because that was, I think, one of our holdups is having to be tethered here when we need to do things.
Yep.
So I'm really excited. We're also not going to run through our normal credits at the end because we need to update it first.
Yeah, it needs to be updated.
Yeah. What we will do though is we will do our closing from the circle. So we go from Widdershins to the east, undoing the circle that is cast. May it be open, but never
unbroken. Have a great day, great weekend, and a great week.
And that should be but unbroken. Just kidding. Alrighty.
And thank you for stopping by and saying hi.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Tarot of Neofiction.
I've got too many things open, guys. I'm trying to close the stream. I can't find it. Bye.
I need my courier card. Bye.
Yes, I'm sure I want to stop.